All right, now that we know the order of the WNBA draft, let's go ahead and take a look at ESPN's updated mock draft board. We can look at some other sites as well, but I definitely want to check out ESPN's and see if they updated it since the last video that I made. Made it even better this time, hopefully, because last time it was questionable, to say the least. And this one again is by Michael Vopel, ESPN senior writer. Right there is a person behind the machine. I don't want to just say ESPN. So Michael Vopel came up with this mock draft board. Number one, Paige Beckers. I think that's universally agreed upon at this point. Let me know in the comments if you disagree, but I agree with this. That's the best pick for Dallas. Not much to say there. Number two, Los Angeles Sparks, Kiki Iriafen. Now, listen, well before the season started, I called this. Does that look like an LA girl who's looking to move away from home for 1 year just to move back when the LA Sparks drafts her second overall next season? Mind you, that video was before she even chose USC, well before the WNBA season started. So this was always destined to be. And I'm not so sure why Sparks fans are so upset. I mean, Paige Beckers is really, really good, but she's not the point guard per se that they think they're missing out on. 21 4 and 4, that tracks with other top guards who've averaged 4 points and 4 rebounds. Kelsey Plum, she averaged 25 4 and 4. Look at her averages right now in the WNBA. Last 3 seasons, her best 3 seasons, about 19, 2.5 rebounds, and about 4 assists. Kennedy Carter, I believe, she averaged 22 4 and 4. Look at her numbers right now, about 17, about 3 rebounds, about 4 assists. The guards that average really high rebounds and assists, like Sabrina Ionescu, like Caitlin Clark, they continue to do so in the WNBA. Olivia Miles, she'll be a high assist, high rebound guard in the WNBA. Paige Beckers will not be. She's more of an off ball guard. Like I said, 17, a little under 3 rebounds, and about 4 assists. That's what she's going to give. I don't think she's going to get Rookie of the Year either. I think Anissa Morrow, she's going to have a Angel Reese type season with the double doubles, and she might take it, either her or Olivia Miles. But I think Kiki Iriafen is a perfect pick here for the Sparks. I also don't have Georgia Amore in my first round mock board, and so I think that she'll be available for that number one pick that they have in the second round. If they're looking for a high assist guard, Georgia Amore would be a perfect pick there. So I don't think the Los Angeles Sparks fans have anything to feel down about in this draft. You get Kiki Iriafen, and like I said, Georgia Amore, if she's available right there, top of the second round, which I think she should be, then you're fine. Number three, Chicago Sky. AZ Fudd. Y'all gonna make me do this again, man. All right, they gonna make me do this. I'm not sure how Fudd moved up from 4 to 3. I'm not sure how she was even at 4 to begin with. But now they moved her up to the 3, and she hasn't even played. How do you move up by not playing? That's first and foremost. Second, everybody keeps saying she's a spectacular shooter. She had a spectacular shooting season, freshman season. She was up around 43%. Last 2 years, and I know they were cut off by injury, but still, if you combine those 2 years together, we're looking at low 30s and high 20s. You want me to pull it up? I'll pull it up. All right, yeah, look at here. 43% her freshman year. That's 3 years ago. Right here, second year, sophomore season, 34% in 15 games. Year after that, junior year, it's only 2 games, but 28%. If we just combine these 2 years right there, no, that's not a spectacular shooter for me. I'm not going to let you get away with when healthy when that was 3 years ago. What I see personally when I'm looking at this is that she was 43% with less volume. First year, 9 field goals a game. Second year, she goes up to 13. Then comes back 12 and a half. And we saw that percentage dip. So you can say she was a great shooter when healthy. I could say she was a great shooter with less volume. And if you're picking her third or fourth, you're going to want her putting up at least 13 shots a game. She's going to have some volume. And so you can expect this 34 or this 28. I would say this 34% is more what I would be looking at from her with some volume. You have to show me differently this season, but until then, there's no way I'm putting her at 3 or 4. These guys are crazy with this AZ Fudd UConn bias stuff. No way for me. I'm putting Olivia Miles there at the 3. That's me. I'm starting to think they just don't like the Chicago Sky because last time they put Anissa Morrow there, who in my opinion does not fit with Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso right now. I mean, maybe if you got her later in the draft because they have another pick in the first, but definitely not at the 3. Somebody you're putting in the starting lineup potentially. So they're tripping. Now I know that Jeff Pagliacca, is that how you say his name? I know he said he's in the wings, like me. You know, Citron and Sellers, those are my two that I was looking for my team. But he's in the wings, but he also said he's not going to pass up on a talent that kind of supersedes that. And I believe that Olivia Miles is that kind of talent, especially since she rebounds at a high rate. She's not just a floor general. She's also getting you some of those rebounds that you would expect from a 6'1", 6'2" wing. So that's who I'm going with there. Number 4, Olivia Miles. Good pick if she's available. I think she's gone already. I'm going with Anissa Morrow, who I believe will be the Rookie of the Year next season. Or will it be Miles? I'm going to go with Morrow for now. I think the Mystics definitely take Morrow at 4. And it only makes sense because Chicago drafted the DMV kid, Angel Reese. Now Washington gets to draft the Chicago kid, Anissa Morrow. That brings balance to the universe, right? We love balance in all things. Number 5, Lauren Betts. Michael Vogel, why are you wasting everybody's time putting Lauren Betts in this draft board when you know that her sister is coming to UCLA? She's coming to UCLA to play with her. She committed literally the day that Lauren Betts transferred to UCLA. She's been committed for over a year now, so it feels like at least almost 2 years. She's not leaving 1 year before Sienna Betts gets to UCLA, so I'm not sure why I even bother putting her up there. It would be great. Another junior who would be even better to start their franchise with would be Floje, Big Flo, but I don't think she leaves early either. So I personally, I think that Golden State ends up going international, and they get Sifka right here at the number 5 spot. That's what I'll stick with. Number 6, Sedona Prince. Okay, so they're gonna have a whole new regime, new coach, new GM. If I'm the new GM, there's no way I'm starting off my regime. Well, the second pick at least. But I'm not kicking off the first year of my regime bringing that kind of baggage on board. And by baggage, I'll put it up on the screen. I won't read it, but I'll put it on the screen here. That's 200,000 people that signed this petition. I'm not bringing that to my arena. I'm not bringing that to my social media. I'm sorry. Not in the front door. Maybe through the back door in the second round when ain't nobody looking. But not through the front door, especially because I can get 6'6" center, also in the Big 12, Ayoka Lee at Kansas State, and get the exact same production. Matter of fact, she's been more productive consistently throughout her 4 years in college. Right now, it's only showing that she's averaging 17 and 6 for the season, but she's only playing 13 minutes a game right now as well. Two, they're both 22 and 10 players. They're both getting you around the same amount of blocks. Neither one steps out and stretches the floor. Give me Ayoka Lee from Kansas State. I get the boards, I get the buckets, I get the blocks, but I leave the baggage. That's the B we don't want. No to Sedona Prince in the first round for me. New York Liberty, Dominique Malanga. I couldn't agree more. I've said it before, I'll say it again. They're the one team that I know can afford to grab a player and stash for a year or two and still be okay next season. Everybody else really needs something. Anissa Morrow, number 8 for the Indiana Fever. If she's available, that's And I'm not just saying it because their names are similar, but that's basically like Nafisa Collier without the jumper right now. So heck yeah, if she's available, I don't think she will be. I wasn't too mad at Janiyah Barker at 8 if she's available. And on my board, she is available here. But I'm sticking with Citron. I like the 6'1" to 6'3" wings too, just like Jeff Pagliacca. That's my thing, and I think that's where the future of the league is going. And so, give me Sonia Citron from Notre Dame, or give me Cheyenne Sellers from Maryland. I'm gonna go with Citron for the Indiana Fever. I'm sticking with that. Number 9, Tahina Pow. Absolutely. I wouldn't be mad if the Fever doubled down on shooting and got Pow, but we're on to the Seattle Storm now. Tahina Pow. Absolutely. Absolutely. They need her. Jewel Lloyd, she's out of there. I wonder where she's going. Maybe they do a Hamby for Lloyd trade. With Sparks fans like that, let me know in the comments. Does the money work? I'll look it up after this. All right, number 10, Rory Harmon for the Chicago Sky. That man told you he don't want no little point guards. Now, Olivia Miles is an exception. She's an exception, but he's not drafting a 5'6" point guard in the first round. He's just like me. 5'6". That's why Amore isn't in my first round. Top of the second, but not. I think the next 5'6" point guard to go in the first round is Hannah Hidalgo, and after that, Kalina Smith, unless she grows a little bit. Zam, she's 5'7". But yeah, no Rory Harmon for me for the Chicago Sky at all. I think since Sellers is not going to the Fever on this one, I would take Sellers here if I'm the Chicago Sky and if I'm going by what he says and his affinity for wings with that size. I would suggest her. Minnesota Lynx, Janiyah Barker. No, Cheryl Reeve loves UConn. She loves UConn players. This is where I'll go FUD. Janiyah Barker, she is strong inside. They do need that. But too many games, I see 0 assists and 3 turnovers. Minimum 3 turnovers with 0 assists repeatedly. And I'm not sure if a coach like Cheryl Reeve, she has really well coached teams, is going to want to deal with that. I'm not sure she'll get a lot of playing time if she's turning the ball over and not really getting assists. Their team moves the ball around. And she's not able to do that. She's not able to spread the floor. I don't really see her thriving with the Minnesota Lynx. Therefore, this is where I'll go with Fudd. And Phoenix Mercury, Sonia Citron, she's gone already. On my board, that's where Janiyah Barker goes. Last year, they played a lot of, last season, I should say, they played a lot of four guards and Griner. They had Tasha Cloud masquerading as a power forward, trying to defend power forwards a lot of the time. And so they actually need one badly. Even if DT comes back, they need a power forward. That's where I'll go with Janiyah Barker. Yeah, and after that, like I said, Georgia Amore should be available at the top of the second round for Los Angeles. Sedona Prince as well for somebody. Chicago, they don't have a second round pick. So if they truly don't want Olivia Miles, maybe they do trade down from the number 3 pick, perhaps to the Golden State Valkyries. They could start their franchise off with Olivia. Chicago, they get the number 5 pick and pick up a second round pick, and they can get those wings they want. Tamara Poindexter, she's a 6'2" wing I haven't seen on a lot of draft boards, or at least that I can remember I haven't seen. 6'2", gets up a lot of threes and efficiently. That's somebody who fits the mold of what they're looking for. Even though I always see her in the Lynx jersey whenever I see her play. So maybe that's where she's headed, but Chicago could use a player like that. They could use a player like Tamia Gardner. If she decides to join the draft, she'd be perfect for the Chicago Sky. I would actually like to see her on the Fever, but she'd be good on any team, really. Tamia Gardner, I actually like her a lot more than Janiyah Barker for the next level, at least. Kayleen Smichael, she's another player that will fit the mold that Chicago's looking for as far as a shooter, a truly spectacular shooter. No shade on Fudd, but they're doing it right now, and they've done it consistently. So I would look in that direction. Absolutely. Maybe Chicago swaps out with Washington. Take our 3 and our 10 and give us year 4 and year 6. And maybe they do something that way. Who knows? There's a lot of possibilities there between now and then as far as trades. Anything can happen. So we'll see. But let me know in the comments what you think. Also, let me know what you thought about that Jewel Lloyd and De'Erica Hamby trade, that possibility. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.